Welcome back. I am Anshu and you are watching Bottleneck. This is the Agenti AI Cookbook series where we learn and implement design patterns for AI applications using hands-on examples. In our previous video, we explored the parallel execution pattern in Agentic AI. We saw how breaking tasks into independent units and running them concurrently can significantly improve both speed and efficiency in intelligent systems. If you missed on my previous video, I will be sharing the link in the description. Alright. In this video, we will take a step further by starting the implementation of automated marketing email generation agent. A use case demonstrating how the parallel execution pattern can be applied in a real world scenario. So, what is automated marketing email generation? Imagine you are part of a marketing team that needs to quickly create professional emails for different campaigns. Now, crafting an effective email typically involves three key creative tasks. First, writing a catchy subject line that grabs the reader's attention. Second, creating a clear, informative, and persuasive email body that communicates the message effectively. And the last one is designing a compelling call to action CTA that encourages the reader to take the next step, such as sign up now or shop today. When done sequentially, this process can be time consuming. In this approach, we automate all three tasks and execute them simultaneously. In this approach, we automate all three tasks and execute them simultaneously using LLM. Once each component is generated, a final step brings everything together into a complete, polished marketing email delivered in few seconds. So how does it work? First, user provides a topic. The application asks you to enter a topic like summer sale on running shoes, and this becomes the starting point. Second is tasks run in parallel. So the topic is sent to three workers at the same time. One worker creates the subject line, another worker creates the email body, and the third one is call to action. So they will ask, as in write a catchy subject line for this topic, then write a marketing email body for this topic, and create a strong call to action for this topic. Once each worker has returned their results, all the results are combined together, and this process is called fan in. Now the process of spreading out all the work is fan out, and this is collecting all the information is fan in. The system waits for all three results, then brings them together. Final email is created. All parts are combined into a complete polished marketing email. This is the workflow. It starts, then there is a condition, and it goes to multiple nodes, and finally it is combined, and that is where it brings the final marketing email. All right, now let's implement this. So as we know, we have three different activities, so we need three different prompts. So let's import from LangChain core dot prompts, import chat prompt template. Okay, and we need what? We need a parser. So from LangChain core dot output parsers, import string output parser. What else do we need? We need an LLM. Okay, so let's import utils or LLM util as my LLM. All right, let's first initialize the LLM. So LLM is equal to, okay, as we remember, the LLM would be my LLM. dot initialize the grok llm. Okay, all right. Now, as we know that in our previous videos we created a prompt, then we created a chain using the llm, and that process was repeated for each node. So how about creating a method, a generic method using which we can basically create multiple chains? So let's create a method dev create chain, which takes a prompt which is nothing but a string, okay, and returns a runnable which we can invoke. So we had discussed in detail what is a runnable, how it works. If you have missed on my videos, you can look back into my previous uh, videos. I will be sharing the link in the description. All right, so what it is going to return? So first, the description. So this is a factory method to create chain from using prompt. Okay, so what it is going to return? It's return, it will return chat prompt template from template, and here we will pass the prompt. Okay, then we are going to use pipe llm, and finally string output parser. Okay, to get the string from the AI message. All right, now we need three chains. Okay, create the chains. First is the subject chain. Okay, now in subject chain, first, so what do we want? We want to write a catchy subject line for a given topic. So write a catchy subject line for the topic that we have. Okay, next is body chain. Again we will repeat the same process, create chain. Now here what do we need? Write a marketing email for the body. Okay, write a marketing email or email body for topic. Now finally we have CTA chain. Okay, here we want to write a strong call to action. So create a strong call to action text for the given topic. So we have the topic here. Okay, now our chains are ready. We need to put them into our nodes, but before that, we if we go back in our previous video, we will remember we used a shared schema using which the LangChain will communicate the different entities or the elements of that schema and populate the value, and finally it will be used to pass on the intermediate result. So let's create the intermediate schema. For intermediate schema we will require a type dict. Let's import that from typing extension, import typed dict. All right, let's create the intermediate schema. Class email state, which will inherit from type dict. Type dict will convert it to a dictionary. Okay, and this will work as an intermediate schema or temporary schema for us. First thing that we are going to pass is a topic, which is a type of string. Okay, that every chain or every user is going to pass on to the chain. Now the next thing is subject, that will be returned by the first chain. Again it will be of type string. Next is the body, that is also a string. Then what do we have? We have CTA, that is also a string, and finally the email. So final email. All right, so it is also going to be a string. Now we have the temporary schema in place. All right, let's write on the nodes that we are going to need for this. Okay. All right, so first node is dev write the subject. Okay, it is going to take a state as an input, which is email state, and what it is going to do, so it will generate a catchy email subject line for the topic. Okay, now let's call upon the chain subject chain dot invoke with the partial dictionary, and the key will be topic, which is coming down from state, that is our schema. State will have the topic. All right, and it is going to return the subject, and langchain will merge this partial dictionary back. Okay. All right, now let's create the another node. So the another node will be dev write body. Again, it is going to take the state, and we have email state. Okay, which is going to return again the body, and it will generate a marketing email body use for the topic. Okay, let's return the email body. Okay, email body, and let's call the chain, so body chain. All right, now this body chain will have the value, so sorry, the body chain will be invoked. Invoke will have the value. Invoke will have an input as the partial dictionary, which is the topic, and it is coming down from the state, so it will be state, and we have the topic. Finally, it is going to return a partial dictionary, which is nothing but the body itself, email body. All right, now we have the third one, that is CTA. All right, CTA. Okay, again it is going to take the state as the input, which is email state, and it is going to return a partial dictionary. So what it is going to do, generate a strong CTA, that is call to action text using topic. Okay, or for the topic, for the topic. Okay, so let's call the CTA chain. Okay, dot invoke, and we have a partial dictionary with the topic. Okay, and it is coming down from state, sorry, state, and it is topic. Finally return the CTA. Okay, so far so good. It was same as before what we have done. Now our task is to run all the nodes, or whatever nodes we have seen, all these three nodes in parallel. So how are we going to do that? Now we will implement the fan out functionality, so watch closely. Okay, so we are going to use, all right, so watch closely. We are going to use send, which is a line graph type. Let's import that first. Okay, from line graph, oh, dot type import send. Okay, now a little bit about send. Send in LangGraph is a utility used to route or dispatch tasks from one node to another node within a workflow. It is commonly used to enable parallel execution where a single input is sent to multiple nodes at the same time and each node processes its part independently. Well, in simple terms, send acts like assigning tasks to different workers, helping break down a large task into smaller pieces that can run simultaneously, making the overall process faster and more efficient. So let's implement the send. Let's name it as gather data. Okay. And before that, let's put a header that is fan out. We are implementing the fan out. Gather data again, it is going to take the state. All right. And email state. Now what it is going to do, so it is going to route the graph, okay, to what we are going to do. We have three parallel workers via send. Okay, so now watch closely. We are going to return an array of send. Each of them will execute the nodes, worker nodes. Send will take two parameters. One is the name of that node. So it should be exactly same as what we have defined. So land graph will not read the body of the nodes that we have defined. It will rather read the comments of the doc string to understand the what the nodes are and how and where to use them. All right. So write subject, comma, state. Again we have the next value, wait, comma, send. The next is write body. Okay, and the second value is state. And finally we have the third one, send, and we have write CTA. Be careful, the names should match to the nodes. If not, then it is going to throw an error. All right, so we have implemented send. Let's just take a look. We have written the names correctly. There is no typo. Okay, okay. All right, so we have implemented send. Now this video turned out to be a bit longer than expected, so we will take a pause here. So this brings us to the end of part 1 of the automated marketing email generation use case. In the next part, we will build the graph, add the nodes, and run the application end to end. So stay tuned. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into AI architecture and design pattern. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.